Okay, for number 14, it says an expression is given where x can't equal 0. And we have a polynomial here divided by a monomial. Richard divides incorrectly to get the given quotient. Click on the incorrect parts of Richard's quotient. So we need to remember some rules for our division. So when we divide, we can take the number that's in the bottom and we can make 3 little problems with that. Because this means that we're dividing everything in the top each by the 2x. So it's like 3 separate problems. One rule we have to keep in mind is our rule for our exponents. When we have division and we have the same base, we subtract our exponents. Okay. What we need to think about is that anytime an exponent's not written, there's really a 1 there. Okay. So when we are using our exponent rules, we would have 7 minus 1 for this part. The numbers that are out in front, the coefficients, we just treat this like a normal fraction. 2 over 2 is the same thing as saying 1. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then we use our exponent rules here to get 1x to the 6th. Here we have 8 over 2. 8 over 2 will give us 4, and then we have x to the 4th and x to the 1st. So we have to subtract those exponents, and we get x to the 3rd. We keep this plus sign here because it's a positive 8 divided by a positive 2 gives me a positive 4. Here we have 14 over 2. 14 divided by 2 gives me 7. Since this was a negative, we're going to keep that negative. And then we have x to the 1st over x to the 1st. That's going to give me x to the 0. When you have x to the 0 means this whole thing just cancels out because x to the 0 power is 1. So this is just gone. Okay, it turns into a 1. And if you have 1 times 7, it's just still 7. Okay, so this would be our final answer. 1x to the 6th plus 4x to the 3rd minus 7. So now it says click on the incorrect parts of Richard's quotient. So when you're doing your EOC, you would click on everything that's wrong. This part here doesn't match, so we would click on that part. The x to the 6th is correct. For the next part, the 4 is right, and the x to the 3rd is right. So I wouldn't click on any of that. And then for the next part, the minus and the 7 are correct, but this x to the 1st shouldn't be here because it was x to the 0, so we would click on that part. Okay, there should be nothing here, no variable there. Okay, so definitely things to remember. Treat your coefficients just like you do any fraction, and you simplify those. And then your variables that have exponents, you subtract your exponents.